In October 1955, a 70-foot luxury vessel named the MV Joyita left port in the South Pacific. It was lined with heavy cork, making it fundamentally lighter than the ocean and virtually unsinkable. 5 weeks later, it was found drifting 600 miles off course. The lower decks were flooded, but the ship was still completely afloat. Yet, when rescuers stepped on deck, they found a ghost ship. All 25 passengers and crew had completely vanished into thin air.
First were the clocks. Every single electronic clock on board had stopped at exactly 10:25. Was this the precise moment the power failed, or the exact minute something terrifying occurred? Then, investigators spotted a heavy leather bag sitting wide open on the deck. It belonged to a surgeon on board. Inside were a stethoscope, a scalpel, and 4 blood-stained bandages strewn about. But there was no sign of a patient. Most haunting of all was the radio. The dial was locked onto the International Distress Channel. The crew had clearly been screaming for help, but they were screaming into a void. A hidden, painted-over break in the antenna wire meant their desperate signals were only broadcasting for 2 miserable miles. They had no idea that absolutely no one could hear them. When the news of the Joyita reached the public, the world went into a frenzy. How does a crew vanish from a ship that cannot sink? Those who knew the Pacific waters began whispering terrifying explanations. Theory 1. The Midnight Pirate. The first theory shared by locals was modern piracy. The South Pacific was full of isolated shipping lanes. Some believe sea pirates ambushed the Joyita, forced all 25 people off the boat into the dark waters, looted the valuables, and fled. But this leaves one massive question. Why did they leave the luxury cargo, the fuel, and the open doctor's bag completely untouched? Theory 2. The Ghost Crew Muni. Others whispered about a dark inside job, a muni. Rumors spread that Captain Miller, who was deep in debt, got into a fight with his crew. Did the crew take care of the captain, lose their minds in panic, and abandon ship on tiny rubber rafts? If they did, the Pacific Ocean swallowed them whole, because not a single raft was ever found. Theory 3. The Imperial Secret. But the wildest theory of all came from the local newspapers at the time. In 1955, memories of World War II were still fresh. A chilling rumor spread that the crew had accidentally stumbled upon a hidden, rogue fleet of post-war remnants operating in the remote islands. To keep their location a secret, the fleet boarded the Joyita, neutralized everyone on board, and left the ship to drift as a warning to anyone else who ventured too deep into the remote waters.